So this is a view where we see all of the applicable measures for your facility in the state it's in right now. AIM has done an energy savings calculation and a cost calculation for every one of those measures. And so what it's showing you here is custom to your facility. You can see here that the top measure in the list, the one with the highest savings is just how we're showing it, is VAV controls for your fume hoods. I mentioned that earlier that, those fume hoods in the corner, they're still CAV. It turns out they are limiting the turn down of airflow pretty significantly in the building. And so it is a pretty good idea to convert those to VAV. You can see the savings here and costs, and you can see all the descriptions here. So let's say this measure looks good to us, and we hit the add measure to package button. We've then got it in our package. But let's say we want to try and see what else we can do now. So now we'll add measure again, and then we get a new list of measures. So here what AIM has done is it's taken into account the fact that you're going to do VAV controls for your fume hoods. And so it's like, what else can you do now that you've done that? So what you'll see here is that on the list, there's a lot more of the fume hood measures that are now possible now that you're going to have VAV controls. The one that's highlighted here is the shut the sash program for fume hoods, because now that you've got a brand new working, like well-commissioned VAV system for your fume hoods, you should be able to save some energy with a shut the sash program. So that's something you can now do. All of the numbers are based on the fact that that measure is already in place. They've all been recalculated. You'll see them spin for a few seconds when you go here. That's the calculations happening. All right, so then we click on add measure to package again, and then we do the same thing with a couple more measures. So here I've also added an unoccupied room airflow setback, which is now easier to do now that the fume hoods are no longer driving the airflow in those spaces. And then there's also setting ultra low temperature freezers to -70. We do have some of those plug load type measures in there as well. And this is another example of a good thing you can do in a lab facility. So here's our package. It's got 4 measures. Next, what we can look at, we can start clicking along at the tabs at the top here. We click on the one that says savings details. We get taken to some nice savings charts. Here, there's this really nice waterfall chart showing how each measure reduces the overall utility cost of the building by a little bit. You also see breakdowns by utility type in terms of cost and EUI. Then we move to the case studies tab. Here, as I mentioned, you're seeing those case studies scored by relevance and quantity. You can expand any of these descriptions you like. You can click on the links to go to the full PDF of those case studies. And then we can go to the reports tab. So on the reports tab here, you can click generate report. And what that does is it takes a snapshot of the package the way it is right now. So if you go later and change parameters, change measures, and so on, that snapshot's not going to change. If you want to generate a report with the new version, generate a separate report and save it separately. So it's a really nice way to like save these snapshots of like, here's a package that could work. And then you can, play with it and save other scenarios as well. Then to export that as a PDF, there's an export PDF button. Definitely use the save as PDF option rather than print to Bluebeam or other things like that. Save as PDF is the one that's going to give you the nicest formatting in that report. And then you can see the PDF report here.